Hello friend, my name is Asindra and today I'm going to continue playing for you Cinderella Phenomenon with Comp.
Hello.
So last time, we pushed Waltz through a portal, that was fun, and now we're hanging out with the king, trying to escape. So,
Woohoo!
let's see if we escape. Pro tip, we don't escape. Both of us walk in silence for some time. The only sound we hear are the echoes of our footsteps. I am behind the king, staring at his back. He seems to have already recovered from his earlier injury. What injury? I don't
You got
remember.
injured?
I don't remember.
I don't remember an injury.
Or he could be just pretending that he is alright.
Uh,
How is your back?
it doesn't hurt as much now, thanks. Thank you for asking.
Silence ensues once again. This is getting awkward. Maybe I should say something.
Is it getting awkward?
Not really.
I mean, if you're walking in silence, then oh, Jesus. Okay. That's a 17, so we're saying something.
I cannot stand the silence any longer and speak up before I lose my nerve. I am sorry.
I'm sorry, bro. Why are you apologizing?
Because I have done nothing but cause you trouble. Rod told me once that when I disappeared, the king was the happiest he'd ever been. Because I was not there. I am sure if you had been given the chance to forget me or not, you would have chosen to forget me.
No, it feels like I have been the cause of your pain, not the other way around. I feel as if I should be the one apologizing. I have been wondering for a while, if you are indeed my daughter, why do you address me by title? Do you not call me father?
I stop in my tracks and turn away.
She doesn't, because her mother was abusive and manipulative as fuck.
Yep. It has been years since I called you that. You were never there for me, so I stopped considering you my father. A deafening silence falls upon us.
It's less awkward now, isn't it? Jesus.
You dug this bed, now sleep in it.
What's the metaphor? You open this can of worms, now lie in it. I am sorry.
Can you tell me why you distanced yourself from me? The king looks at me. He doesn't remember you.
Right? Like, why didn't you have anything to do with me? I don't fucking know who you are, lady.
The king looks at me silently with something like regret in his eyes. I want to slap myself for my foolish question. My apologies. I forgot that you do not remember me. You know, I have learned many things since I have been cursed, but the things I have learned do not answer my questions. I had thought that by staying here I would finally chance upon some answers, some truth. I have always thought that only Mother loved me because you were never there for me.
I am sorry I cannot give you the answers you seek.
Well, I can understand why you would hate me. I am a witch's daughter, after all.
Hildir, you know what transpired in the past.
You mean with Mother? I'm assuming you had sex.
Do you know what transpired in the past? Like, it shouldn't be like with Mother, it should be like, what specifically are you asking?
Yeah.
As by way of transpired. Like, if you're asking if I know how I got here, I don't like to think about that.
Yeah.
Hildir threatened to kill the person I loved if I did not marry her. She threatened to kill Ophelia.
The king looks down, his face contorted with anger. Parfait said that Mother already broke their rules long before she took over the kingdom. Her hands were already stained with blood.
I won't let any more of my loved ones die in her hands. I had no choice back then. I thought I heard my cat. I married her because I refused to let her hurt Ophelia. I hated that woman. Wooman? Okay.
Wooman.
Wooman. For ruining my life and my kingdom. To Discord.
I know. I recall when you thanked Waltz for saving the kingdom. Can you tell me who Waltz is?
Waltz, he was Hildir's apprentice. He was powerful, considered the second strongest among the witches.
Really?
He was a child prodigy. That is why Hildir ordered his family killed when they refused to give him to her. Waltz didn't find out about that until much later.
Mother killed Waltz's family? I cannot believe this. I can believe it.
Honey, the entire goddamn witch fairy war, witch hunt, literally,
Yeah.
was on her shoulders. Like, there are a lot of lives at which you can lay at her feet.
Just how many lives did she take?
When he did find out, he betrayed Hildir. He divulged her plans to the fairies and helped them defeat her. I gave him a copy of the key to the secret tunnels, so that he could deliver it to the Lucis bearer.
So that is how Parfait got the copy of the key.
Then Hildir cursed him for betraying her. I do not know how you two know each other, but it is fairly obvious to me that he is loyal to you and cares about you. He was the type of person that expressed that loyalty plainly, so I can tell.
I do not know why the king decided to comment on such a thing, but my cheeks are suddenly warm.
You care for him.
Do I?
I don't know, do you?
Can you? Can you care?
I mean, there's that, but
We're
usually
working
when
on
it's like, you care for this person, like right off the bat I can say yes or no. Like, unless it's a customer at work. Like, do you care about this person?
No.
Sure. Do you care about that customer? No. It's just a simple thing, you know? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Do you give half a shit? Yeah, I could maybe give half a shit.
She's working on learning how to give shits.
That's true. She's a little constipated. He is a good man.
How did we even get to this conversation? You wanted to break the silence.
Right? Like, how did we get to this conversation? You thought walking silently during your escape was awkward.
The two of us are still walking when the king suddenly stops and I nearly bump into him.
Ah, here we are. This should bring us to a passage that leads into the gardens.
I follow his gaze to a rusty door.
Back into the castle?
Approaches the door. I mean, yeah, but the gates are right there, right?
I guess. Stay close to me.
I nod at him.
I would just think, like, if someone's like, hey, we're going to put in a secret escape tunnel for you, I would want the exit to the tunnel to be well concealed.
And far away.
Yeah, but outside the castle walls, you know? Not like here, you're going to go from the throne room to the gardens. Like, that's great. But if your enemy is everywhere in the castle...
then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
He turns the knob and pulls open the door. Gasp. That's... The king and I can only gape at the sight in front of us. It is the last thing we expect to see behind the door. Mother?
Snapples.
Chapter 7, The Witch and the Crystal.
I called it. She lived.
No, she's not lived.
Shush.
I feel that I cannot trust my eyes because it is indeed Mother standing before us.
She unlived. She's a zombie.
She's trapped in the crystal.
Oh, for fuck's sake, she's Lucrezia Crescent.
She's the what?
Lucrezia Crescent from, Final Fantasy VII.
I haven't played any of the Final Fantasies except for 14.
Well, she's a character that for some fucking convoluted reason, She decided to lock herself in a fucking crystal in a cave somewhere or some shit like that because she felt bad for being like a dick or something. I don't fucking know. She's not my favorite character just because bad writing.
Hmm. She looks the same as when I last saw her, like she has just been sleeping all of this time.
What is Hildir doing here? Becoming a Christmas tree ornament.
Is that the Crystallium Tenebra, the dark
The
crystal?
dark crystal.
She looks like she has been trapped inside the crystal, but how?
Magic.
I mean, obviously magic. Like,
No.
we just stuffed her in a crystal. Magic, well, not without magic, we just pushed until she, like, got enveloped by the crystal. It was a long process.
It took a lot of effort. No, she passed on 4 years ago. This is impossible. A lovely surprise, isn't it?
The king immediately moves to stand in front of me. Sir Mithras saunters towards us with a wide smile on his face, looking unperturbed.
Isn't she exquisite? Even in slumber, she is still so beautiful. What is the meaning of this Mithros?
When Mithras does not answer, the king reaches for his knife and frowns.
What exactly are you and Alcaster planning? I am offended that you are associating the two of us. My goals are different from Alcaster's. My only wish is to see my queen again. She's right there. Just pull a Vincent Valentine, sit on the floor, and stare at her.
I need to say, take a picture, it lasts longer.
Right? That's the thing, in Dirge of Cerberus, at least Vincent will go to the fucking cave that Lucrezia is in and sit there and stare at her, and it's like, Vincent, I love you, but
Get a
you're
life.
creepy. Yeah, get a life, honey. My only wish is to see my queen again. Alcaster is the one who is after your throne.
What are you going to do with Mother?
I plan to revive her.
What? I stare at Sir Mithras, shocked. Revive Mother? Is it even possible to bring back the dead?
She is still alive, dear princess. My queen is only sleeping. Her link to the dark crystal has allowed her to survive all of these years. She infused the last of her power with the crystal and merged with it. She was wise, yet even as its light grows dimmer, so too does the light of her life come to being extinguished. His mole bugs me.
I've been avoided looking at his face. His face bothers me.
God, where's a fucking sticky note or some shit?
He can see through his hair. Like, it's weird.
Oh, do I have a... Like, I can ignore the hair thing because my
Animu.
deviant art, my old anime deviant art days, but I can't... Okay, that's better. I got a sticky note on my screen, I can't see them all. Once you have fully accepted your role as the new bearer of the dark crystal, her link with it will be severed and she will die. That's why I need you, princess. I need your powers to bring her back to life. Just let her die.
You know, one of the other routes, I thought at first maybe Mithras really just wanted the crown princess to be the ruler and, like, take over the kingdom and follow in her mother's path. But then he also did this also, so...
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. What?
On your 18th birthday, you will inherit the crystal's powers, and with that power, you will revive my queen. Because I'm not creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this what you've always wanted? To have your beloved mother back?
It is true that I have always wished for Mother to come back. But Delora and Parfait told me the truth, and now that is the last thing that I want. What if Mother ruins the kingdom once again?
I will not let that happen. I will not let my kingdom fall into darkness again.
The king charges towards Sir Mithras with the knife in his hand. He's a
Whoop,
witch.
whoop, whoop.
But Sir Mithras easily sends him flying backwards with a flick of his wrist and a magic spell. The knife falls to the ground just a few feet from where I stand. Kill yourself. Sorry, no, I'm just thinking that's a good solution though. If you get rid of yourself, then there's no magic powers to put into the crystal, and therefore the mother cannot come back.
Like, I got like, that is horrible, but it is actually like a very viable option.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if she, this again, horrible discussion here, but literally she could hold Mithros captive essentially just by holding a knife to her own throat. Like,
Yeah.
hey, fuck you. If you don't let us go, I'm gonna kill myself.
And
Let
then
us
you'll
out.
never get Mother back.
And then you'll never get her back. So, what's it gonna be?
Your Majesty. I am about to run to him when Varg steps out of the darkness of the room and points his sword at the king's throat.
Now Varg's face is covered, or Blarg, whatever.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Oh,
I don't have my phone. It's just the lower part of his face. So from like the bottom of the mask up, I can see him. So it kind of looks like he's peeking over a wall. Don't move, princess, otherwise my hand might slip.
I freeze in my spot. Has he been here this whole time? And there's Mithras again.
Oh god, I gotta move the sticky. Okay, sticky move. Now, princess, you have an important decision to make. Help me revive the queen and save... Oh, Jesus, burp, hello. And save the king, or run away and he dies. My life is nothing compared to the lives that will be lost if Hildir is brought back. I would gladly trade my life for any of the lives she would steal. Or like, honey, ultimatum him. Come on. Foolish king, you cannot gamble with your life, yada yada yada, standard villain monologue.
Sir Mithras growls at the king before facing me once again. He flashes a crooked smile.
Oh god, will you stop moving? For fuck's sake. How about it, princess?
I
feel like this is a big one, and I don't want to fuck it up. Nah. To the dice.
You don't fuck it up, the dice will. Yay!
Yeah. The dice will lead us to death, not me. That's a 9.
I decline. I cannot let Sir Mithras kill the king, but I cannot let him revive Mother either. If I can just improvise, I might be able to hold them, long enough for some backup to arrive. I catch a glimpse of the king's knife, which is just a few feet from me, when an idea strikes me. Waltz, Parfait, Delora, they have to come for us. I refuse.
What?
Sir Mithras looks at me, irritated. The king, however, looks relieved.
The king's blood shall be on your hands then, Blarg.
I quickly lean down to pick up the knife and hold it to my neck.
Hey, girl. Princess, what are you planning to do with that? Put that down before you hurt yourself.
Let the king go, or I will kill myself. I know you need me to revive Mother. Okay, I don't remember this happening, so... Sorry.
That's some amazing foresight there.
Yeah.
Like, see, Mithros, that is what you get for villain monologuing and telling people your entire fucking plan. When he could have just kidnapped her, killed and or knocked out the king, and that would have been that.
Yeah. Monologuing, not a good idea.
Never. What is it? What's the list? 1,000 things I will never do as a villain. And like
Yeah.
one of the top ones is I will not monologue my entire plan to the hero and then proceed with my plan.
Right. That's a
Huh.
good list.
I had it printed somewhere. I
Me
don't know
too.
where it went. I need to re-find it. Huh. Don't take me for a fool, princess. I know you do not have the courage to die a martyr,
Oh yeah? Try me, bitch.
right?
Annoyance simmers within me.
That's a challenge issued, bro.
Yeah. Oh, are you sure of that? I swallow as I press the blade to my neck. I feel the sharp edge cut through my skin, but the blade does not go deep enough to hit any vital parts. I cringe as my body is racked with pain and tears blur my vision. I am scared.
You fool!
Sir Mithros' face is pale as he attempts to step toward me. Now you see my resolve. Let the king go. Mithros. Mithros curses under his breath, his outstretched hand clenching into a tight fist before he draws it back. It's working. I feel myself relax, but my hope is short-lived and foolish.
Never relax, babe.
He forgot he's a witch.
Bub, bub, bub.
Mithros casts a spell and the knife goes hot in my hand. A scream escapes my mouth as I fall to the floor and clutch at my injured hand.
You have been a very bad princess. Your mother would be disappointed in you.
I glare at Mithros, but he only clicks his tongue, face stern.
Ah. This is what you get for not using a knife with a wooden handle.
Yeah.
This would have been so much more pleasant if you'd chosen to work with me, princess. Honey, just like rip off like the hem of your dress and wrap it around the handle,
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
and go back to threatening. Like, listen, you make it hot again, you're gonna light this on fire, and then I'm just gonna be on fire, and what's gonna go down, bro? Like, I will get what I want, princess. Even if I must break you to revive my queen, I will do it. I will suffer the consequences for it later.
And boy, will there be consequences, because Mother is, like, trained me to be the very best like no one ever was. Mithros turns to Blarg.
Blarg, put them both in the cells.
I take a few steps back as Blarg approaches us. All I manage to do is back myself into the wall. Blarg looks at me, amused, like a cat toying with a mouse. He takes another step, but I do not get to see the movements he makes afterward. Why? Because a bright light not a bright life, although I imagine there's some life in this thing, engulfs the area.
Someone's life in a personified form just busts into the place like, hey, bitches! Like the Kool-Aid man through a wall.
Oh, yeah. A bright light engulfs the area, eliciting an agitated hiss from Mithros. Who is it? We will find out next time. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Comp, do you have anything left to say?
We haven't had a chance to do the screechy thing in a while. I'm kind of sad.
Aw. Well, you can't see right now, so you can do it now. Yay! So, I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye!